or
We gon'
laugh
talk
or
about some things
smile.
tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. Come to the light.
Hello,
Hello.
everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We are back again already.
Back
We're here. Episode number
29.
29.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Hitting that 30 mark. I told you guys, hitting that 30 mark. Episode 29, Voices and Views. We back with Zan and Chels. You just have us today, and not just, that's a lot to have
Mm-hmm.
us. We're glad to be here with you, and we're just going to have an open discussion today. We got a couple of things written down, a couple of ideas, and just want you guys to kind of jump in and kind of
Yep,
talk with us. Yes, yes. Who is that?
that's
Someone there?
me.
That's you. Okay. I was like, is that somebody already? That's good. Welcome, TikTok over here. Welcome, welcome to our podcast. We're just recording right now. Just an open discussion, and hopefully, you too on all our social apps here that you would join in the
Mm-hmm.
conversation. We like to have those relaxed times sometimes when we don't have a guest every show. We don't want to have a guest every show. We need those wind down sections. And so, what did you think about
So,
our last show?
yeah, I thought it was a really good interview. I thought
Yes,
he answered every question with grace.
yes, I
He was,
think it was good.
yeah, he really, I
Yes, he
thought it was
was.
good. He was willing to like go there and answer the hard questions.
Yes, because
Because
sometimes when
I didn't know if we needed to softball him in or what. Like I really didn't know what to
hmm
expect with that, but he was down for
hmm
answering those
yeah, he
questions.
said
So
bring them, and you were trying to protect them a little bit, and you're thinking, oh, maybe I won't answer this, or
right,
I imagine some of the questions had to been pretty
yeah,
crazy,
people got a little,
but he's used to that.
yeah.
He's at City Hall every time they have meeting. He has to be there, so he's pretty used to that. And we're talking for those of over here on TikTok don't know. We interviewed our city manager on last week. So last
On
week. I'm
Wednesday.
saying last week. Okay, on Wednesday. This is Friday. We haven't moved on yet. So just 2 days ago, we interviewed him, and it's pretty interesting. People had harsh questions, and we had some questions about the community that we wanted to know,
hmm
and we wanted to bring them on. So everybody, that want to ask a question, they could. We can get our questions answered and find out what's going on right here in our city.
Right.
So we are glad to have everybody with us today. Like I said, it's cold outside,
It
warm
is.
inside, but it's freezing. Shout out from where you are. Is it freezing where you at? It's freezing here. I don't know what the temperatures are saying, but I know it's cold and it's supposed to really, really get cold, but it's okay. We got a little in-house stuff. You want me to read or you want to read tonight?
Up to you.
Okay, well, I'll give them to you then. Every time you say it's up to me, I'm going to give them to you. That's just a little hint. So, but we do want to announce, and we're not going to forget the event, the Boots on the Ground, coming up on the 20th. I don't have that flyer in
hmm
there, but we know enough information, or I know enough information about it that we can still get it announced.
Okay. First up is the third annual Our Angels Kids, a holiday of love and remembrance, Saturday, December 13th, which is tomorrow from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Boys and Girls Club of Stevenson County at 511 South Liberty Ave in Freeport. About the event, it is a Christmas celebration for children who lost a parent to gun violence. offering joy, remembrance, gifts, and community support. How to support is through gift donations, adopt a family, or cash donations. And you can contact Melanice Ellis 35 at gmail.com, William.Brown at highhopefreeport.org, Vince.Brooks 24 at gmail.com for more information. Next is the Nutcracker, hosted by Studio 121, and it's going to be Friday, December 19th at 7:30 p.m. at 641 West Stevenson Street here in Freeport. What to expect? Studio 121 presents the Nutcracker December 19th through December 20th at 7:30 at the Freeport Masonic Temple, and tickets are $15 and can be purchased online or before the show. Cash or check only at the door. And we did hear about this from Davida, who we interviewed. So
And when is
she's
that
going to be
date?
there.
When
That's
is
December 19th.
that's on the 19th?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure I have that written down because I do believe we said we're going to try to go out there,
Yeah, I
and
would love to
I would
go to that.
love to go to the Nutcracker, and we want to go support Davida. If you're listening, hey, we still planning on coming to support you. So that'll be a nice event for the community.
Okay. So next is Saturday, December 20th at 11 a.m. is Kickoff to Christmas Pajama Party. And that's going to be by the Lena Brewing Company at 9426 West Wagner Road in Lena, Illinois, 61048. So yeah, there's going to be a PJ party. Sounds fun.
Nice and cozy and warm. Somebody should throw a adult PJ party somewhere. Rent one
Yeah,
of
it
the
doesn't
places.
say if it's for kids or not.
Yeah, that one's probably for adults.
It might be for adults.
And that's what I'm saying. Somebody should have an adult PJ party, and I think that would be really cool. Have all the comfort stuff of a PJ party, and we just party and everybody go home. You can bring your pillow if you want, and have some music going. We party like any other party, but you wear your PJs and maybe even have a fashion show, a PJ contest or something. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. Okay, so next event is Saturday, December 20th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. It is Merry Little Christmas Family Event with Winneshake Playhouse at 228 West Clark Street in Freeport, Illinois. And that is a movie with Santa, cookies, cocoa, and a toy raffle. Next is Wednesday, December 31st at 7 p.m.
Wow, New Year's Eve already.
House party. 2026, party like it's 1999.
And you will.
At Grand River Hall at 101 South Liberty Street, 6th floor, Freeport, Illinois. And there will be appetizers and a DJ, $20 keg cup at the door.
So there's some things, you guys, for you to do. And the Boots on the Ground, that's coming up also by the Men of Change. That's going to be at the Grand River Hall, and that's December the 20th. So that's next Saturday already. And that's going to be quite the event for you to come out to participate and to wear your Western stuff. And it says on there, if you don't have any Western gear, Western wear, just come wear what you have. And the main thing is that you come out and show support. And the funds are going to be going for a toy drive that they're going to be putting on. So these guys always put on some type of giveaway. They give away bikes in the summer, brand new bikes to kids, and they give away a lot of them. They've been giving away turkeys before. They give away. They always have something that they give away. So this is for a toy drive. They want to give away a lot of brand new toys and things for the kids in the community. So you guys come out and support that event. You can have a good time and knowing that your ticket money is going for good cause.
Right.
And I believe the tickets are $30 and there will be food. So, hey, you got a good deal there. And also coming up on the 20th, Operation Love will be serving the community again. We serve the community every third Saturday of the month. I'll be doing double duty this time because our crew at the homeless shelter won't be able to make it. So I'll have to prepare a meal for down there and serve down there also. So I got to make a post. I did make a post, Chess, but I accidentally put it on our page and I can't get it shared to Operation Love page. So that's something you can help me with when we get done, okay?
Hmm.
So they can get there because I'm looking for volunteers for anybody that wants to either help deliver the meals for our seniors during the day. We do that during the day first, and we'll be delivering them a light lunch. And my supervisor, even, she's going to make a special soup for them. So they'll get the soup and sandwich, stuff like that, something special and warm. And also in the evening, if anybody want to help at the homeless shelter to help serve a meal, I would like people to either help down there or to donate a meal or drink. I would like to prepare a nice spread form for a nice holiday meal because we won't be back down there till after Christmas. So you guys can support Operation Love. And you can go to operationlovefreeport.com, our website, or you can go on Facebook, Operation Love Freeport. Make sure you put in a full name because there's other organizations, Operation Love. This is Operation Love Freeport. Thank you in advance for your support.
Vince Brooks says, I'm bringing my perfume and cologne setup from GIA Products, and I'll be a vendor at the Boots on the Ground event.
Oh, you'll be a vendor? Wow. That is nice. That is nice. So, Vince, you can come out and Vince, I was thinking too, since we are doing open discussion, I want was Chels, but I didn't mention it because I hadn't talked to Chels first. Anything that dealing with the show, I like to
Mm-hmm.
mention it to you first. I was thinking that if we could squeeze in a date, since we had some dates open in December, where we can get a couple of people that have a product that they sell. We can put 5 or 6 people up here and
Mm-hmm.
they can pitch their product. We're not going to sell the product, but they can pitch their product, you
Yeah.
know, and they can donate an item to us for us allowing them to do that. And that item will be given away in our giveaway. And we got a special shout out we want to say to, I'm not going to get the name right, so I'm not going to mention everything. You guys meet him when he come on. He'll be our guest on December 31st.
Mm-hmm.
He has a basket, a big basket that he's going to be donating to us, something that somebody, an
It
elderly
was really
couple,
nice.
yeah, an elderly couple wanted in a raffle, and it was something they couldn't use, so they gave it to him, and so he looked on there and he just watched one of our shows. Well, 2 days ago, he watched when the city manager was on, and he volunteered to donate a nice basket. So he might wait till the 31st to bring it since he's not going to be here. So I'll have to find out when he's going to drop that off because we'll have him stream in. I want him to be at his place of business so we can see
Right,
what he's
yeah.
doing. That'll be exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
like
like
when
when
people
they
can
do that.
show, their background. They can be at their place of business.
All right, Vince Brooks says, I'm also bringing P&K fashion and High Hope Freeport merchandise as well to the Boots on the Ground event. Everywhere I go, I'm bringing P&K fashion and High Hope Freeport merchandise.
Well, that's very, very good, man. Very, very good. I should have had brought my hat in here while I was thinking of merchandise. I could have show people my, and a lot of people don't know. We're both social media creators, and so we get involved in a lot of different apps. And I wanted
Mhm.
to direct people to my TikTok shop because I found an amazing, amazing hat on there. I'm promoting on there,
Oh, you
and
should go get it.
yes,
You really
well,
should.
well, let me go get it so I can show. Well, you better talk to the people. You guys
Okay.
tell me if I go get this hat and I come back and she hasn't said a word to you, she's just sitting here. Let me know when I come back. Just say, Chelsea didn't say anything where you were going. She just smiled at us. Get the conversation
Oh
going,
no.
Dan. You can get
Vince
it
is
going.
gonna save me.
Vince gonna save me.
Vincent. I'd love to come back on and tell people about my 3 businesses. Just let me know when I'll bring perfume samples for you too as well. That would be
Dan
nice.
saved you.
Yeah, that would really be nice. I hope you do come back on because we had a really great interview last time.
And like I
And I
said,
know
I
there's.
was that's great. Yeah, when he was on here, I was thinking the same thing. If we can get a few people on here and they can promote their product before Christmas, that'll be a way to generate some sales for gifts.
Hmm. Okay. And Vince said, Xandra, I'll call you and let you know.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show something off here while we're talking about our products. This is my hat. TikTok, you probably seen this hat. This is the one though that has the Bluetooth. This is my hat, and it's not showing the right color
Right,
with this
it's
bright
literally
light. Is
orange
is dark
looking.
orange, and this bright light is making it much lighter than it is. But this is in my TikTok shop, and I think it's a great, great buy. It
Hmm.
has a nice bright light. I want to turn it on, but I'm afraid it's gonna really blind us with this other light on.
Right.
Let's see.
Turn it on
I'm gonna turn
real
it on
quick.
anyway. See, you guys has a nice light, so you don't have to be holding the light. Nice light, and okay, you can go off now. It has a mode where it can just flash like that, where it don't have to be bright. You see what I mean?
Police mode.
Yeah, police mode. And you see the colors, you'll think the cops are after you from a hat. And it has the Bluetooth on here.
Yeah, that's
And you
the nice
guys,
part.
this is the nice part because it goes right over your ear. The light is in front. And I tried this on, and this sounds so good. So it's a very good sound. And this hat is so nice and thick and warm. And it does come in more than one colors. Now, you can find it in my TikTok shop. You have to go on my TikTok, and that's where you're gonna find it at Zesty Z60. Zesty Zesty Z, the letter Z 60. And you can go on my TikTok shop and you can find it. Make a great, great Christmas gift. Like I say, the Bluetooth sound good. So you can wear this whether you riding your bike, doing work in the yard, or just whatever you're doing, and you have a light so you don't have to use your hands, and you can listen to your music without having to have a device in your hand or in your pocket or somewhere to listen to music. Just program your Bluetooth, sync it to your phone. I tried it out. And like I say, it's not showing the right color because we have a lot of lights here in the studio. So it's really dark. It's a dark orange. It's showing good here from the side, but it's
Hmm.
showing much lighter here. It's a dark orange. And you have to be careful when you go on there because there are other hats on there. Now, this one I think is going for like 18, but there's hats on there much cheaper, just like this, but they only have the light. So you have to be careful. This one has the light and the Bluetooth.
Right.
The other ones only have the light, and it's not as thick. It's not as thick. So they come in multiple colors, different colors. They come in black, they come in pink, they come in all kind of colors, and you can only get it in my TikTok shop, you guys. So go in there and support me. Yes, I do get a commission from it, and I am gonna try to get more hits. I don't know if I'll have a lot on hand because the idea is to get people to go there and to
Mhm.
shop, not to have a lot on hand. So
Right.
actually, I gotta stop using this hat. It's not mine. I bought it, bought it to give to my brother, and I told him I used your hat for a video already, and it's one of your Christmas gifts. And he goes, "Well, just keep it till you're done with it." Then I try to give it to him, and he said, "Don't give it to me. Just wrap it up and put it under the tree anyway." So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop. This is my last time I'm gonna promote it because I do have a video of it on my TikTok. On if you use my username on my TikTok, I do
Mhm.
have a video on it. So you guys order, order, order. So we want to talk about a lot of stuff tonight.
Mhm. Wait,
And
let's see what Vince said.
oh, Vince, okay, Vince, what you got for us? What you
He
saying?
said,
What did Vince say?
yeah, Vince Brooks says, I'll talk to the other business owners here in the Lincoln Mall and see if they would like to come on your podcast. That would be a great way to let Freeport know what's inside the mall now. I'll talk to
Mm-hmm.
everybody here this Tuesday and let you know.
Yeah, that'll be good. We can put an episode together with just for some of the businesses right there in the mall,
Mm-hmm.
and people can come pop in, and we can let each one get so much time to talk and talk about their business and promote, because a lot of people haven't been back in the Lincoln Mall in a while.
I haven't for
And
sure.
I was in there and I was surprised because I got to volunteer at the Children's Museum, and oh, I was blown away just by that place. And so if I hadn't been in there, I didn't know anything about the Children's Museum. I just saw the ad and I asked them if I can volunteer. So I volunteered. So yeah, Vince, reach out to us. That'll be a good idea. We can get you guys to come on the show, and you guys can talk about what's in there and talk about your businesses, what you have to sell, and people can call in. I'll have a line clear if people want to call in and get information about your products. So you can give them information where they can order. They can order right there. Okay.
Yeah,
All
that'd be
right.
good.
That'll be good. Tell them, don't
Yeah.
forget voices and views. Just donate something that we can give away. Vince, you've already blessed us plenty.
Right, yeah.
You've already blessed us plenty. Okay. So we're not talking about you, but we talking about everybody else. Think about us when you come on, because we like to give things away too. So if you can bless us with something from your business that is not going to bankrupt you, we'll give it away. We will give it away. So let's talk about life and being an adult right now. It's a funny title. When I was looking for stuff, it goes life and adulting. Adulting is ghetto.
Adulting is ghetto.
I'm like, it said being adult is ghetto. I
Even
never thought of it that way, but I guess to a certain extent, um, you feel that way. It's just so many
yeah.
responsibilities. And I think the reason is it was saying that adulting is ghetto is there are some things that when you became an adult, it ruined your life, didn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't it? You had it. It might have been so good. Okay, I'm a kid. And for me, the thing that it was is having to pay bills. That's what ruined my life.
Whitney says very ghetto.
Very ghetto. Adulting is ghetto. And what was that, Brittany?
Whitney.
Whitney said it's very ghetto. Yes, it is, Whitney. It's very ghetto because I didn't like the part that, you become adult and then you got to pay bills. I
Right.
mean, you have it made and you living at home, you a kid, you ain't thinking about that. You think about you ain't thinking about there's a bill out there, and you ain't thinking about mom and dad that got to pay this and that because you don't see that part of it.
Right.
All you see is okay, they putting the food on the table, and I'm getting gifts, and they're shopping at Christmas time, so they must get it like that. You
Right.
don't know the struggles your parents are going through, and being an adult is ghetto. You have to pay bills. Do you agree?
Yeah. It's definitely ghetto.
And we talking about bills, it say what bills weren't you ready to pay when you became an adult?
I'll tell you what, my parents were paying my phone bill for a really, really long time.
Mm-hmm.
So in the last, I want to say probably like 5 years or so, I got cut off from that.
From them, you
Yeah,
didn't
and
think
I'm
that was
like,
gonna go on forever, did you?
right. I
Oh,
mean,
you
I
did.
didn't
You was
know. I
hoping.
didn't know. I wasn't gonna say anything too much.
Oh no, there's a cutoff time. That's why adulting is ghetto because they looked at it and they say, "Wait a minute, she's an adult
Right.
now.
Why?
We're
Why
paying.
are we
Why
still
are we?
paying this?
Why are we? We just let that slip like it was our bill. Why are we still? This is an adult here. So then that became your responsibility. That's why they said here that adulting is ghetto responsibilities. Oh boy.
Right.
I mean, nobody asks for all them responsibilities, but we get dumped with everything, don't we?
Mhm.
And it says, why do rest feels like a luxury?
It does.
Why does it feel like a
It
luxury
really
when it shouldn't?
does.
You should be able to get some rest and just feel good because you're able to get some rest without feeling like, oh, this is a special treat. But it is. It really feels like a luxury because anytime that I can say, like today and yesterday, real no, not yesterday, but today mainly,
Mhm.
that I didn't really have anything that was nailing down on me earlier today. So I woke up early, but I just stayed up for a short time, and I was able to go back and rest, and didn't have to worry about looking at the alarm and looking at my phone. I just rolled over. I looked at the time, and it was a luxury. I felt like I was on vacation, but all I was doing was getting rest. So why is this feeling like I'm on a vacation? I should be able to get rest, right? It's required. We're required to have 8 hours, but I bet not very many people get 8 hours.
Oh, I get my full 8 hours for
You get
sure.
your full 8 hours?
If I don't, my mental
Mm-hmm.
health suffers in the
Yeah.
worst ways. So,
And that's very important. That plays a big part. And people
hmm
don't realize if you don't get arrested enough rest, it will affect you. Who we have now?
my dad, Trevor Mazik, says, "Makes you wish you were a kid again with so much on your plate."
Oh, and I think about that. We think about all the stuff that's on our plate as an adult, and yeah, we wish we can go back, but then there's the part of us say, no, I don't want to go back and experience this part. It's just parts of our life we don't want to go back to experience. But yeah,
hmm
but to go back and not have to worry about where your meal was coming from, because mom and dad was going to cook it and put
hmm
it on the table. Mom had it on the table, and you didn't have to worry about that. You didn't have to worry about that going out there making that money to get them groceries to put on the table. You didn't have to worry about none of that. You didn't have to worry about going out there making money to put them clothes on. You just had to go look in the bag when mom brought you something home. So I agree with you, Trevor, on that. It just makes you want to go back. And if we can just let our kids know, don't rush yourself to be an adult.
Right.
Don't rush. Because when you get there, you're going to be like, oh my goodness. Why didn't anybody warn me? I'm warning you. If you're listening and you're a youngster, don't rush yourself to be an adult. It's not what it's all cracked up to be.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of benefits, but you have a lot of things that you might not be prepared for. So if you take your time and enjoy your childhood, spend as a child, you should. And by the time you would have maybe learned a little bit more. You're still going to be learning. You'll learn a little bit more, but don't rush yourself to be an adult. Because just like I told you in the first sentence, adulting is ghetto. It's ghetto. Anybody
Very
agree
much,
with me out there that it's not all what it's cracked up to be? That kids,
definitely.
you hear kids say all the time, I can't wait till I get grown. Huh, you better wait. Don't rush yourself. You gonna eat them words. That's what I be thinking. Oh boy, you'll find out.
Right. You'll find out.
You'll find out. And when you get old enough and then you get to that point, you'll say, boy, if I had only known, I would have stayed a child as long as I could. I would have stayed in mom's house as long as I could. I wouldn't have been trying to be grown where I had to move and get out on my own. I would have tried to hang tight to the
Right.
point that I get thrown. I have to get thrown
Yeah,
out
did
the
you see like nowadays more and more
house.
more and more children are staying with their parents longer?
Yes, yes. And I don't think that's a bad thing,
I don't
actually.
either.
People, a lot of times they say, no, no, when they get a certain age, they going. You can't go by that.
Right.
Every child isn't prepared. Every child is different. Okay, stop putting everybody in the same box. First of all, that's a mistake we make. Every child is different, just like every adult is different. So you can't put them all in the same box. Some children mentally they might be ready to move on. You might can't strap them down. They have to go and you have to
Mm-hmm.
let them go. But don't ever make them feel like you have to go. Oh, you got a time limit. You getting out of here. And then that child is thinking, oh God, I don't even want to face my next birthday because I know what's coming. I'm
Right.
old enough now. I'm gonna have to move. And I'm not ready, but my parents say I'm ready. So no, no. Let a child be a child, have some kind of boundaries, but it's different if they're not respecting your boundaries at home and they just doing this and that, but you have to understand where it's coming from too. You can't just jump to a conclusion, oh, they being bad, so
Mm-hmm.
without realizing why they lashing out. So adulting, let them know that being adult is hard. Don't rush it. Hmm. Oh no, don't rush it. Please don't rush it. It'll get there, and then the time goes so fast. You'll be adult. You got a lot of years to be adult. Don't rush it.
Right.
Don't rush it. Let's see. Okay, what are some habits then that changed your life as an adult? Some habits that might
Habits.
have changed your life, something that you're doing, maybe you're not doing, or something you start doing, or it don't have to
Hmm.
be anything physical. Yeah. What are some habits that have changed your life? Well, for me, I said some habits that I have implemented, working towards my goals more and not being afraid to fail,
Oh yeah, that's a good
and
one.
not being afraid to fail because, nobody wants to fail anyway. And regardless of whatever you're doing, you always have that little bit in your mind about failing. But that was my thing that I had to let go. I had to just work more harder towards my goal, thinking about myself more, but
Mm-hmm.
not being afraid to fail and not expecting to win at everything I try. So I get that down pat now, and it helps.
That's a good one though. Yeah, the not being
Yeah.
afraid to fail.
No, it's important. You have to, you're going to succeed, but you're also going to fail. And, we don't want to give that false narrative to children and have them think that everything is going to be all good and they're not going to fail. Oh no, you're going to fail a lot. You're going to be mad, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be this and that, but then you're going to move on, you're going to pick up,
Yeah.
and you're going to keep on going. Then you're going to have it, and you're going to be mad again, frustrated and everything, but then you're going to pick up again and keep going. The thing is, you're not going to give up. Who do we have here? Being intentional. Oh yeah, DJ said being intentional with his time. That's a good one too, because
Hmm.
I used to be a very good procrastinator. And I tell you, if I can put something off and convince myself it's a good reason why not to do it and not to use my time wisely. But your time is literally your is money. You
Hmm.
know, um, you say for instance you're on a job and you're doing some type of piecework where you're being time, you're gonna make more money, if you can just keep the numbers up and keep it going. Well, if you want to get to that point, you're gonna use your time wisely. You're not gonna be lollygagging with the friend next to you. You're gonna be trying to get your work and get your money because you have yourself focused. But if you're not, and you're not going to use your time wisely, you don't care. As long as something going down the aisle and you're getting something to put in your pocket, and it's more important to you to entertain someone else, but you got to be more intentional. And I agree of your time and things that's for you. That's a very good important point.
Hmm.
Very good point. Thank you. You have to be intentional of your time. Okay.
DJ Willalago says time is money for sure.
Yes, it is. It is. Even your speed. I was thinking the other day, my brain be thinking of some weird stuff at weird times. I don't know what's going on with that, but it'll just put something in, and it was, all of a sudden this thought came to me about, if you're doing one task and you're just moving real slow, you know how much time you can save if you did that task a little faster, then you get to the next task faster, and you complete something in an hour, which would have took you maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours. Then you got extra time to go do this, or you got extra time to work and do that. And you think about things like that when you break stuff down. There's all kind of ways that time is money that can be converted and matter.
Hmm.
How you use your time will have a lot to do, can have a lot to do with your finances. Yes.
Yeah, like directly. Yeah.
Yes. So on that, and when you're growing up and everything, and you become an adult and you get friends and all that stuff, a lot of people don't like to use that word friends, but you get to know people. And do we have someone else? Because I don't want to ever talk over someone's comments.
Christopher Steele says
Hi, Chris.
one benefit to going slow and taking your time: if you go faster on the task and mess it up and have to spend more time fixing it, you might have saved time going slower and being more mindful.
Yes. And Christopher, good, good. Thank you for tuning in. And I need another interview. I interviewed you before, Christopher, I believe, on the other show. So I need to interview you again. All right. I agree. I agree. You guys had some very good stuff here. Very good stuff
Yeah,
here.
DJ Willalongos also says, also being certain, I've learned to decrease anxiety about anything is to be certain. When you're certain about what you're doing, you're less anxious.
Yes. That's good. Yes. Yes, you have to be conscious and be aware of those things that you're
Yeah.
doing to yourself. And I was getting ready to talk about, as we become adults, we have friends, and a lot of times we don't try to use that word anymore because we've been hurt and whatever the reason
Yeah,
is.
I noticed that a
You
lot
know,
of
people try
older
not to
adults
say
don't
that
call
they don't
people
call people
friend.
friend anymore because they had so many
That is
years of
so
fake stuff.
sad.
And so you be afraid, and it's crazy because you be afraid to say, this is my friend. You don't know if that person
Wow.
is chopping you down and and it's a shame that's the type of world we live in.
Yeah.
But you'll notice people, and you notice a lot of people is not using that word. They'll say this is my associates, or this is somebody I know, or they'll try to use any title except for friend, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, but that's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, my dad, if he's watching, he always says his family is all the friends that he really needs, so he doesn't need any more friends or
Hmm.
anything
And
outside of that.
when I think about growing up, that's what my mom said to us a lot when we were growing up because it was six kids and she didn't believe in us going out just on our own and socialize with anybody. She said,
Mm.
it's six of you guys. You're your own friends. You got enough of you. So we end up, whatever. The boys wanted, it was only two girls and four boys. So we were outnumbered
Mhm.
anyway. So whatever the boys wanted to do, we had to take part in there. And all they wanted to do was build tree houses and play baseball. And I didn't mind the tree houses because that's why two of my brothers were ended up being carpenters in life. They were very good with their hands back then. And that's
Mhm.
all they want to do is build tree houses and stuff or play baseball. I hated playing baseball, to play with that old hard ball and stuff. And they didn't care nothing about ripping our hands off. So that's what we did. But when we came down to stuff, what we wanted to do, they had to, whatever we wanted to do, they had to
Right.
play along too. And
Right.
my mom always told us, you guys are your own friends. It's hard because friends are hurt you when you get people that title and you say my friend, and because you gave them a label and a title, if they do something, it's going to hurt you a lot more than somebody else. Because
Oh, so people don't want to get
what's the
emotionally
first thing?
invested.
Yes, they don't, because they're going to say, but that was my friend. It wasn't just somebody else, because they can say, oh, I
Yeah.
didn't care, but they thinking about,
Right. Yeah,
but
that makes
see, you
sense.
put that on that person. That person didn't necessarily say they were your friend like that. You invested emotionally like that. So
Yeah.
it's like, this is my friend. So you expect a lot to come with that, which it really
Right.
should.
Right.
When you call somebody your friend, it should be a lot to come with that. If I call somebody my friend, I respect them as that. I'm not going to never have bad words in my mouth against them. I'm not going to let people talk them down without saying something,
Mhm.
without interrupting conversation. I'm not going to just listen to it and go back and say, what so and so said, so and so. No, you address it right then. You don't
Right.
let the stuff carry on. You have certain responsibilities as a friend. So sometimes people don't want that title. You know what I mean? They don't want that title. And on the other hand, people don't want to get it bit up because they protecting their feelings. Just like you said, they're protecting their self. So what makes a real friend then? What makes a real friend? Um, do we expect too much from people when we say, this is my friend?
I think it can
And
happen.
sometimes you can,
I
right?
think it can happen. Like one of the controversial things I've seen online lately is people
Mhm.
asking, can they get a friend discount from their friend's business?
Yeah.
And then the friend doesn't want to give the discount. They feel like
Mhm.
if they respected them, they would pay
Mhm.
full price.
Mhm. And that's true because a lot of times if you give someone that title and you are into some type of business or you're doing something, they expect difference. They
Mm-hmm.
expect, and which it shouldn't
Discounts.
be. It shouldn't be because you're using the same service literally. It costing that person the same much. It should be up to that person if they want to say, oh, I'm only gonna do this, give you a discount on this item now. It should be up to that person's choice.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be
it
something
shouldn't be
that you,
expected.
yeah, you just expect it because we're friends. No, no. Being friends don't pay the person's bills. You got to still, if I respect you as my friend, I'm gonna respect that this is your business.
Hmm.
This is what you need for your business. This is what it costs for your business from me.
Hmm.
So I'm not going to be trying to take advantage. Yes.
Yeah. And DJ Will Lago says, someone that's willing to be truthful without being hurtful.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot of ways that you can tell someone the truth without being nasty. Being,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Um, you can give someone a whole read about themselves and use a nice tone about it where it won't affect them in a way that you give it to them if you deliver it in a nasty tone. I always say everybody have feelings. Think about the other person. There's a way to say everything. And if you can't think of the right way to say it, what we always hear, don't say anything at all. Don't address it. It's not your it's not your time. Well, honesty helps make friend. You want to think that you can be around somebody that's going to be honest, right?
Right.
Going to be to the point that they're going to be honest with you. If something wrong, they're not going to just try to cover it up. Oh no, girl, it's all right. It's all right. Your head isn't on
Yeah.
backwards when you know it is.
I mean, sometimes you want those friends that can be the little delulu with you,
Mm-hmm.
and then sometimes you want those
Yeah.
people that can
I
set
want
you
to say
straight
when
when
it
you're
comes
wrong.
to I'm speaking when it comes to something that you know is going to benefit me. I'm not going to tell you. I mean, it's going to benefit you. I'm not going to window dress it for you. I'm not going to beat around the bush and say, "Oh no, that looks fine on you," so to speak, when I know it doesn't.
Oh yeah.
That type of thing,
Right,
you're
nah.
not being a true friend. You're not being honest. That's why I say the honesty. You don't say it in a cruel way. You just let them know how you feel, and in different situations like that, you just be honest with your friend because they expect you to be honest with them. They don't expect you to sugarcoat stuff, and then because
Right.
everybody else is already doing that. You know what I
True.
mean?
True.
So you got this title of friend. You supposed to be
Able to be honest.
friend wearing that friend cape.
Vince was talking about earlier. He said, exactly, I don't let anyone set my prices.
Yeah, yeah. You can't let people do on, like if oh no, I'm not paying that. You got to give me this just because you've been knowing me 50 years, man. I wouldn't care if I've been knowing you 100 years. If we was riding horses around then. This is what it is. I'm not just doing this just for the heck of it. I have costs involved in this. When I used to crochet, and I still crochet, I love to crochet, just haven't had time. Gonna get back into it because mentally it's therapy for me. It relaxes me. I always
Hmm.
fall right to sleep in the middle of my projects. But when I used to crochet, I used to make all kinds of stuff. And what I used to love to make is the Afghans and the blankets and stuff.
Hmm.
And people would love them. But it was always those so called friends that wanted something for nothing. It wasn't the strangers I would meet on the street. They either was going to say, no, I can't do it, or they was going to buy it and it wouldn't be a question asked. But it
Right.
was always someone that considered themselves a friend that expected me to do the same work and to just give it to them free because of that. So my thing is friendship is not an automatic discount.
Right.
Nope. Not an automatic discount. Friendship is not an automatic discount. If I got a business, you're my friend, fine. But when it comes to in my business, I don't expect you to just give me stuff free and do stuff free and all this. Then you being my friend to be used. Use me. That's it. It's for with
Right.
benefit. That's one of those with benefits. There's all kind of friendships with benefits, but this one is with actually merchandise benefits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whitney says, if anything, you should want to show support for your friend slash pay for their labor.
Hmm. Yes, yes. And that's right. That's just what a friendship, a true friend, you should be want to be encouraging and you should want to be supportive because you should want their business to grow. You should want whatever they're involved in to be a success. You should
Mm-hmm.
want them without any form of jealousy
Mm-hmm.
that seems to be everywhere. You should want them to reach those heights, even if you're not there, even if you
Right.
haven't made it to them heights, they don't have anything to do with them. That don't mean, well, I ain't did it, so I'm not gonna help you do it. No, no, boo boo, that's wrong. You're not gonna get thinking like that. So
Right. Yeah.
you gotta be supportive. You're so right about that. You gotta be supportive and
Yeah.
encouraging.
Yeah.
You gotta be a good listener. Okay. Anybody got any good ghosting stories? You,
Ghosting stories?
yeah. You know how somebody ghosts you all of a sudden. It could be a situation where you was in a relationship, it was going well, and then all of a sudden this person ghosts you. Ghosting is when they do it and you don't know why, what the heck happened, what they disappear, they vanish into another world. They just stop communication. It could be it could be you communicating with somebody and they just ghosted you and you find out it was some stupid reason or you haven't and you or maybe you still wonder why.
Oh yeah,
Maybe you still wondering what happened.
remember that newspaper thing that I was in, and it was like a morning
Yeah,
audio show.
yeah,
I
yeah.
got ghosted by that entire group of people. They just stopped talking to me, and I don't even know why
Why? They
or
just
what
the group
happened.
that's talking, you guys were
And we were every morning for 3 hours. We were doing those morning meetup audio spaces,
mm-hmm.
and they just ghosted me
And see,
one
those are
day.
situations I'm talking about. When you're involved in something, all of a sudden you just got ghosted and you wonder
And
what
after all
what
the time I
happened.
put in, I was getting up at
And you
5 in the
yeah, and
morning.
being around those same people every morning, you're kind of making a relationship with those
Yeah.
people. You seeing these people early in the morning before you seeing most people at that time of morning,
Hmm.
and then without any explanation they just gone and don't know what happened to them. Yeah, anybody
Yeah.
else have any ghosting stories?
So that's my ghosting story.
Most of mine has been like online. um I'll be and I can be honest, sometimes brutally honest, but I could be honest and I can notice that sometimes everybody can't take honesty. You can deliver it, in a nice form, but everybody don't want to hear it.
Right.
They ain't just because you're being honest, they don't want to hear. And a couple of situations were serious that a friend had asked me my opinion. And I've always been taught if someone asks for your opinion, they have to be prepared to accept whatever answer you get because they ask you for your opinion.
Right.
So they have to be prepared to accept what you say. So a couple of times I was asked for my opinion and I really didn't want to give it because it wasn't going to be a positive one. But
Right.
this person, oh no, don't even worry about it. If it ain't this and that, they just kept pushing, like, now you gonna tell me. So I, let her know my personal opinion that, no, I think he's a bum, he's a creep, he's gonna take advantage of you and so. And I just ran like a river then. And then all of a sudden, And this is somebody that we was cool. We was always around each other. I mean, I know that every day we was in touch with each other some kind of way to see
Mm-hmm.
if everything was good. And all of a sudden, nothing. Okay, you busy this day, next day, nothing. Then nothing. Then really nothing. Then no returning calls and ghosting and all that. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, what did I do? See, I don't want to be in them positions where I have to sit back and try to think what I did.
Right.
And most of the time it's nothing you really did.
Right.
That's not a good feeling. So I think as adults we need to stop that ghosting stuff anyway. That's games kids play. And even though they say adulting is ghetto, it's still being an adult, and it's different from being a child. And we have certain responsibilities and things that we shouldn't be doing now.
Right.
As so, that's a good topic. What are some of the things you see adults doing now that really they should let it go? They should have let that go in their childhood, or they should not be doing that as an adult. Have you guys ran into any things like that lately, and that you can say, "Oh, you're grown now. Why are you?" You know.
Um, I mean, not really seeing it so much anymore now
Mm-hmm.
as a when I was in like the regular workforce, just
Mm-hmm.
those cliques people would get into on
Yeah.
the jobs, like
Mm-hmm.
those high school style
And they
cliques
still
where they
doing that
just
though
like
now.
to bully people too at
I
work.
don't. I hate to tell you this, Chels, but they still doing that.
I
And I
believe it.
witnessed. I witnessed that not long ago, and I couldn't believe the age of the people that was involved in this. I'm like, are you really? So it never stops. I mean, at your age, and you still not. People are still hanging on to stuff as adults that they should let go because they have no right to tell a child then not to do something, and they hanging on to stuff as an adult
Right.
doing child behaviors. A child needs to know, okay, you're an adult, but if you're not showing them you're adult, what they supposed to do? So ghosting is
True.
one. I think is a childish thing that if you don't want to be bothered with someone, just tell them you don't want to be bothered. You don't have to get into a long conversation. You don't have to be rude or nothing. Just tell them what you feel, let it go, and stick with your guns. Don't play games with them and all that. If you don't want somebody's service that they're delivering to you, then don't act like you interested and get all that information
Right. Don't go
and
into
don't
someone's
don't
inbox.
don't go in
Don't
there pumping them up.
don't book a discovery call with someone
Yes, I
if
hit a
you
nerve.
don't have the
I hit a
funds
nerve.
to purchase their service. That is a waste of their time.
That's a red nerve. And that is so true. You're wasting their time. And remember, we say time is money. So you wasting their money. Actually, you're costing them money is what you're doing. If you break it down right.
For
Um,
real.
don't because if you do things like that, you are costing people money because you're costing them time. They could be using their time to make some money or doing something else, and they designated this time to you because Fufu said that they were going to do this and they were going to call. Oh yeah, you can depend on me, knowing you're lying between your teeth when you said it. You have no intentions of
Someone wants you
showing
to
up,
co-host.
huh? No, I'm not getting tricked again. Uh, so, you sorry about that. We have TikTok over here going on. We on multiple apps over here. So I'm going over here doing this and talking to people. But don't just tell people. You don't have to ghost them. That just makes them mad and think a certain way about you because a person would accept no better than you just playing games, leading them on. Or you tell them, oh no, I wasn't there when you called. Call me back tomorrow. No, you're going to ignore. Why you having them call you back again? Knowing you're not interested. If you're not interested, you're not interested. Everybody have the
Mhm.
right to say no, I'm not interested.
Right.
So no, don't do the what you say discovery calls.
Yeah, don't book
Don't book.
a discovery call
Don't do it. Chels is
if
telling
you
you.
can't actually purchase the service.
Don't
That
book
is a
it.
waste of time.
If you can't pay for it, to waste somebody's time.
Literally.
Don't bother to
You don't
waste
know
my
how many
time.
times that's happened to me. It made me want to stop doing the free discovery calls,
I
and
know
my mentor even told me to stop doing the free discovery
because of
calls.
what people doing.
Right. And was
Mhm.
like, you should just charge for your time. But
Mhm.
I want to do the discovery calls to give people a
To
chance
see.
to see, right, to see if we
Mhm.
can really work together or not.
Mhm. But if people are setting up stuff and then they just wasting time,
Yeah, or other marketers
and
want to
then they
set up stuff to see how I'm doing
to see how
things.
you doing, and sometimes they could be if they just want to get just enough information to see.
Hmm.
But if they're not serious, they know that they're just wasting time and they're wasting your money. So any calls like that or anything like that, just stop with the ghosting. We too old for that. Okay, let's go into the relationship and dating part a little bit of the conversation. We did do a show on dating, so we're not gonna hit too much in there. That was really fun and interesting. It was interesting. Okay. And actually, that ghosting was under the dating and relationships. Wow. Okay, in a relationship, who should say if you're in a serious relationship and all that stuff? Who should say I love you first? Does it matter, or is it a person that should go first? Tell me. The paper wants to know. Who should say I love you first in a relationship? I've heard all kind of things on this feedback. Somebody else say, "Well, the guy should say it first." Why the guy got to do everything first? What if he not feeling it first?
Well,
Then you gonna wait on him for how long? Okay, if you waiting, okay, he ain't said I love him, but I love him. I ain't gonna tell him I love him till he tell me first. What if he never tell you? Then how does that make you feel?
then that would feel tough. I mean,
Hmm. If I think it all depends on whoever feels it first. If you feel it, you can just let a person know how you feeling, what you thinking that way. If they're not on the same level, you would know that. You wouldn't be
hmm.
wasting no more time. You would know that. Okay, why am I wasting my time? I'm not even there yet. Why do it have to be a certain person that go first? Somebody tell me who should go first. Who should?
DJ says it doesn't matter if you feel that way, say it.
Yeah, I'm with you all the way, DJ, on that one. Yeah, I don't think it matters who says it first because we the person's probably feeling the same way you feeling. I'm not gonna say it first because she haven't said it yet. And then you over there, I'm not gonna say it first because he ain't said it first. So ain't nobody saying how they feel, and everybody's wondering, I wonder how you feel about me. And she's wondering, I wonder, so you can stop the mental games with yourself. And I figure if you're at that point and it doesn't matter who says it first, it'll open that conversation up. So it'll let you know, at least let you know at that point where you stand.
If they're not reciprocating the love energy, you'll know how they feel about you.
That's right. That's right. If you say that to them and their whole face just change green and their eyes get big and they start foaming at the mouth, they didn't want to hear that from you. Or they have a weird expression, or they might even ghost you after that.
Ugh.
And that will tell you something. It should tell you something. They might, some people can't handle that. They might not be on that point with you. They might run. Okay.
Okay. I mean, it is 7:09. I don't know how long you want to go today.
Oh, you guys, we get to talking with you guys. That's why I'm glad we have more of these topics like this where we can have open discussions with you guys. I really enjoy them very much. I like when we have the guests on, but I like when we have an open discussion, especially for everybody who responded, TJ, and everybody who kept the conversation going tonight. It was good talking. It was good
Yeah, it was
talking to
good.
you. And we went over our time. It was such good talking with you. So we're gonna end it right here. We do have some things planned. We got an event that we supposed to be at tomorrow to cover. Um,
Mhm.
we're doing that special fireman's presentation that we did to the firefighters. We presented them with special artwork. And so you guys can go on our channel to find out more about that. We've been asked to do it again. Well, not do the whole presentation, but just like a small recap to say what we did. But we're going to do it down at the city hall this time to do it. So you guys, thank you for your support and your love and your answers and your questions. And thank you for keeping us tuned in. Wednesdays and Fridays, we're
Yes.
here at 6. And we have some exciting guests coming up. We have some
Mhm.
exciting things coming up for the rest of December. And if you're interested in us interviewing you and talking to you and streaming you in, reach out to us on our page on Facebook. You guys have a good evening. Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, DJ says you have to protect your peace. Appreciate y'all for hosting this. Much love.
Thank you.
Much love. See
Much
you.
love for you. Yes.
Oh wait, Vince says had something to say.
No, Vince, we didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah, we won't cut you off. We were about to end, but we won't
What you
cut you
got,
off.
Vince?
He said that shouldn't be attached to a gender role. If couples set these gender roles, the next thing is they're going to start keeping score. Once you start keeping score, the relationship is getting faulty.
Yeah.
And then you start looking for reasons to get upset. Don't wait for the other person. If you're ready, you're ready.
That's right. And you have to let them know you're ready and where you at. Thanks, Vince. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Vince.
Bye.
We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. Come to the light.